Um, we're in Gulf Shores, Alabama right now. My name is Trisha Springstead. I'm a registered nurse. I've been working with many people of the spill. This is Kimberly, and we came down to Alabama because we feel that Alabama has been treated very unfairly, that there are no cooperative people working with the people of Alabama. We do have a lot of support in the New Orleans area, but not even enough. But they have practically no support in the state of Alabama. Women are spontaneously miscarrying children. Dolphins are spontaneously beaching and miscarrying. And you know, it's criminal. What's been done to these people is criminal. And I suggest that we start filing some criminal charges against people for not taking their oath of office seriously. The other thing is that we need a united coalition. And our government allowed this to happen on their watch. And I want a united coalition. And I'm working with Barbara at the Earth Organization. I'm working with Lean. And I think that we all need to unite around these groups so that we can get the money in order to test these people, in order to get them treated appropriately, and we need to bioremediate. We've got to bioremediate this water. And you've got to stop saying it's safe, because it's not safe. I was out on those beaches. I've been out on these beaches. So I want you to tell me a little more about what your doctor says and what they're working on with you.
Okay. When I found out about the Metamatrix, that there was an actual blood test to find out if you had volatile organic, hydrocarbon compounds in your blood, I went to my medical doctor, my internist, and she would order the test, but she didn't have a way, they wouldn't draw the blood and all this kind of thing. So I found out about a doctor that could do it.
Right.
And so I had, my blood drawn, and that was in March. A little bit prior to that, like I said, I went to my regular medical doctor, and for the lesions on my legs, she prescribed steroid cream or ointment. And so I got that. It was like $91. It was really expensive. So I'm thinking, oh, this stuff is going to work great, And so I started using it. Within a week, the lesions were getting bigger and worse and breaking open and bleeding. And obviously, this was not working, so I quit using it.
And many of those things, too, are based in petroleum.
Exactly. And so I quit using that. And then in February, I developed double ear infection. I couldn't hear anything for two weeks practically, and then I had fluid on my left lung. So I was treated with Bactrim for that, and that did clear up pretty well, pretty quick. And then after that, the lesions still weren't getting any better. And so I found a Metamatrix doctor, and that was my first doctor I went to, and he ordered the test, the OC test. And then he put me on all kinds of supplements to detox and put me on a special diet. And I've been trying to follow it as closely as possible. Some of the things are really impossible, but, I strictly now drink only water. I do not drink, I eat very little or drink anything with refined sugar in it. Low carb, not no carb, but low carb, lean protein, fresh veggies, mostly organic. The pesticides, you can't put anything else in your system when you're trying to detox. And I wear very little makeup. I don't wear nail polish anymore, anything like that, anything that has chemicals. So I'm trying my best, with what I've got to work with, because there is no knowledge in the medical community here in Baldwin County on what is wrong with us. It's like a repeated, give you antibiotics, give you steroids. Oh no, it's got nothing to do with the spill.
And I think really that, and I'm going to caution doctors out there, the last thing you want to put these people on is steroids, because if you're treating, and you may say I'm just some dumb little nurse, but, you know, I'm married to an MD, and I've been in this business for 36 years, and I have a master's in biological science, and I'm just going to caution our doctors, please, do not dump any steroids on these people. If anything that you know is based, any medication that you know that's based in toluene, any topicals that are based in mineral oils, ureas, petroleum distillates should never be given to patients. You would be better off to have your patients take Epsom salt baths, Dr. Bonner's peppermint soap. You know, if they're completely broke, coconut oil. You know, you could give them, you have them take coconut oil every day too, orally, like a tablespoon of coconut oil, and that'll help pull some of the heavy metals out. And they should be on a diet, no sugar, no white breads. We're just finding out if you get on I have a website. It's called www.morgellonsreport.com. You can pull off a pH diet off there, and you can also pull off a organic diet. But then you can also pull off what you can eat that's not organic that's good for you.
Right.
So you don't always have to go organic with everything.
Right.
But you know, they've got, you know. You guys out there drinking, you better lay off the sauce, man, because all you're adding to the load of ETOH. And I know you guys, I know people that are, you know, I like to play on the beach and sing and dance and have a good time, and you know, we all would love to do that.
Right.
But now, at this time in your lives, when you're sick, and if you're a fisherman and you're out there, and you're not out there, if you're out there drinking, it's going to make you more ill. So please lay off the booze. Watch your diet, and like you said, water.
Yeah. Well, your body's made up of water, so that's the thing. And so now I drink strictly ice water all the time.
And then your brain is made up of fat.
Right.
Which is like 90% water. So you got 72% here, 90% here.
Right. Right.
And another thing I always tell people is you can also like go to the health food store, and you can get they have these things in the health food store. It's a black cherry concentrate, and it has no sugar in it. It's just black cherry juice, and you can just take, if you want flavor in your water, you can take a capsule and put it in your water and stir it up.
Right.
And that really seems to, that'll help people.
Right. One of the doctors, because I'm seeing 2 doctors now, had suggested instead of regular refined sugar, the sativa. Okay, that would be okay.
Yeah.
But I just avoiding it altogether.
Yeah.
And just trying, you know, my best. And of course, there are days that, you know, I want a cookie or I want.
Well, and that's why I say there's an 80-20 diet on the website.
Right.
So you can always cheat a little.
Right.
You know,
as long as you don't overdo it. I'm finding it's a balance. And this diet I'm on is basically, if the Lord didn't make it, don't eat it. No processed foods.
Yeah.
You know, just to stick with what is natural, you know, what comes from the earth, veggies, lots of veggies, lots of fruits, things like that. So, you know, I'm working on that.
A lot of things that I've learned, too, in the last 2 years in my research with toxicity, especially in the human body, is that we're working off the wrong medical model.
Right.
Antoine Bouchon said it was all about the terrain, whereas Pasteur said it was all about the microbe.
Right.
If you build up your terrain of the human body, if you build it up with good things, then you'll get better and you can detox. But the problem is that you don't want to detox these patients too quickly.
Right.
Because then you're looking at liver problems, you're looking at kidney, and so you have to listen. We have to listen to our patients, and that's something that I've seen lacking. When a patient would say, I'm sorry, I'm in bed for 5 days with this detox, and people will say, well, just bear it, just get with it, and it's like, no, you don't have to go through the detox. So understand that the patient is telling you, I can't detox this quickly. Right. And sometimes you have to slow it down. Not everybody can detox at the same level.
Right, and I totally understand that, and I think the saddest thing is that as just a person that's having these problems, I'm having to educate my doctors. Because they have no clue. And so, I spend a lot of hours researching everything. And, in fact, right now, they've had to tweak my detox because it's not strong enough. And it's not helping me. And so, it's a matter of adding
everybody's different.
And, now with the heavy metals, I'm probably going to have to do chelation. And I'm waiting to hear how much the chelation is going to cost and how much that's going to take because, as I've said before, insurance does not pay for this.
Yeah.
And so this is coming out of our pockets. The claims facility doesn't recognize it. So,
Feinberg just made a statement.
Yes, he did.
2 days ago? 2 days ago.
He's never received a claim.
He's never received a claim for health issues. Mr. Feinberg, you are delusional.
Well, I think what it is, he has not received a claim that has specifically said, oil and dispersant toxicity related to the MC-252 disaster.
Right.
That is what he has not received.
Right.
He's received medical information related to chemical toxicity.
He's received people screaming for help.
I know.
For medical help.
I know.
And I've watched videos of people begging him
on their knees
for help.
Yeah.
And the bottom line is that I'm going to say right now, this woman and her husband came here to retire. They were not the problem. Right. They were here living their lives. They were not part of the problem. They weren't out there, hiding up a spill that's still ongoing.
Right.
There's still, as we speak, there's methane seeping from the floor. As we speak, there's still hydrocarbon effluent seeping from the floor. And, they didn't do this. So why are we punishing the people that suffer? And why are we punishing the people that love their lives here? We're punishing them, and it's making me very angry.
Oh, it's made me
This looks like a really good book, too.
It is. It's an excellent.
This is Maximized Living Nutritional Plans, and it's by Dr. B.J. Hardick, Kimberly Roberto, and Dr. Ben Lerner. There's another really good book, too, if you're interested, and it's called, it's by Dr. Walter Crinian, and he works with Metametrics Laboratories, and that's www.metametrics.com, and it's called Clean, Green, and Lean. It's a very good book, but we're going to talk a little bit more about I want to know how you feel. How do you feel about what's happening?
Initially, I was devastated. I probably cried for the first 4 months. I still have days I cry. We lost something down here that you can't ever replace. And I know that I will never go back in the water probably in my lifetime. And how I really feel is that I came here to retire, not to die. And I'm afraid that if this continues and we don't get the proper help that we need to have, that's what's going to happen.
I've been waiting for something to happen, for a week or a month or a year, with the blood in the ink of the headlines and the sound of the crowd in my ear. You might ask what it takes to remember when you know that you've seen it before, where a government lies to a people and a country is drifting to war. And there's a shadow on the faces of the men who sent the gun to the wars that I fought in places where their business interest runs. On the radio, talk shows, and the TV, you hear one thing again and again, how the USA stands for freedom, and we come